Hey everybody, welcome to episode 26 of JobSeeker Live Talk. And hey, we usually come here every Wednesday. I apologize for last week, but LinkedIn decided last week that myself and about 1,000 other LinkedIn profiles, they were going to suspend our accounts for no apparent reason other than guess somebody was bored and hit a button or whatever, but their mistake. But couldn't go live, unfortunately, because I didn't have an account for like 24 hours. So anyway, hey, we're here usually every week providing job tips, bringing on different various guests from various industries, and we got a good guest today. So let's just get started and welcome Glen to the show, Glen Patterson. Glen, tell us a little bit about what you do and why you're here today.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me, David. Basically, what I do primarily is to try to support learners, learners around career, jobs, any one of those faceted things that I think people are looking for to build their career. I'm an educator. I teach at City College, so I teach development management skills, entrepreneurship. So I teach those courses. And throughout my career at teaching, I found that lots of pain points around people trying to figure out how to build their career. What are the pathways for building that career? What courses to take to find to upskill to reskill? So I decided to build this platform called Work School, and David was kind enough to bring me on the show to talk to job seekers about what are some of the things you can think about in terms of developing these skills to get to the right people that are looking for these jobs.
No, and that was perfect. You did a better introduction than I would have, Glenn. No, I connect with you on LinkedIn, and you're just gonna today's show. You're gonna provide I know those job seekers not only some of the things that again that you can provide to up their maybe they're gaining a new skill, maybe trying to determine, hey, do I go down this path of applying for these types of jobs? Is this what I would want to do? And taking a course sometimes you're able to quickly go, hey, wait a minute, time out. I don't want to do this. Or, hey, this is something that I want to do, or brushing up on maybe an old skill or getting those new skills. And I know you're going to share with us some value here today. So during the show, everybody, if you have a question for Glenn about anything that he is going to show us, please, 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 in the comments down below, make sure to put those questions there. And hey, I'm looking on my LinkedIn profile, and we got more than plenty of people watching us live. So hey, make sure whether you're watching us live on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, make sure put down what city and state or even what country that you're watching us live today. Again, please remember to put those questions down for Glenn down below there. All right, so Glenn, before we have you start sharing some things, what are some like misconceptions maybe of people learning new skills? I mean, why are people brushing up on skills? Why are maybe those soft skills ever so important? But maybe who is the typical person visiting your website, and why?
That's a great question. I think some of the misconception primarily is that once you finish college, there's nothing else to learn. You don't need to, improve your skills. You're going to find the ideal jobs. I think a lot of people, when they start looking, they realize, wow, this is a lot more challenging. So we're always upskilling and reskilling. Some people don't have the income or the time to go back to school to do that. Our platform basically gives you the opportunity to learn anywhere, especially in this current moment where we're having a unique opportunity to revamp the way we learn. COVID-19 brought to us an apparent need for creating different platform and different ways for us to learn and upskill and reskill, and giving you the opportunities. YouTube is a great platform, but most of the content that are there are really small and not in detail. So it gives you a good backdrop, and it's a great platform, by the way. Personally, I think so. It's a great way to go and get some ideas of what you want to learn. What we're doing at Work School is to give you more tangible courses. So you can come to our platform, you can browse, you can select courses, look for courses that you want across a wide spectrum of things that you want to learn, you want to upskill. So you get a rich environment of learning without potentially leaving your home, leaving the beach, leaving wherever you are.
Yeah, no, and you know what? These are not, everybody. Hey, these are not just little. Um, these are like in-depth courses. These are courses that, I mean, they're not going to be easy. You're going to have to do some studying, right? There's some tests involved and stuff, but you're actually going to learn things that you can implement, and that's why I really want. So hey, Glenn, why don't you share your screen and let's show everybody a little bit about. Uh, what you got going on and how really easy it is, and then again, it's more than a place just to learn. While Glenn's getting everything ready, hey, make sure I see you over on LinkedIn, I see you on YouTube, I see you on Facebook here. So if you have any questions, or at least hey, give us a shout out, let us know where you're watching us from. Maybe you're watching us from the beach, like Glenn had mentioned.
For some reason, the portal that you're allowing me to use
Yeah, you having
is
some difficulties
not
here?
showing up. So I can try something different. I
If not,
apologize for
if
that.
yeah, hey, no worries. If not, I'll share my screen and we'll go
And
from
we
there.
can talk about the do. Yes, for
Yeah,
some reason it's not allowing me to do it.
hey,
Don't
no
know why it's
worries.
blocking me. I
Stuff
don't want to
happens.
refresh the screen.
Yeah, stuff. That's okay. Stuff happens.
Okay, yeah, we
All
can.
right.
That's great. This I can actually have them look at this screen. So again, I apologize for that. David has invited me into his portal and his domain, so I'm basically navigating as we speak. But for some reason, it's not interacting well across our platform. So this is the basic premise of Work School. And again, we built this primarily for people who are exiting the workplace to basically exiting college, university 2 years out. So most of these students, myself as a faculty, I know this pretty well. They are basically juniors and seniors exiting college, and for anyone up to the age 38 years old, because that's when the last cohort of MBA students, grad students are exiting. And most of the time, what usually happens once you're there is you get a job and you're in the job space and you want to upskill, you want to reskill, and allow those courses that you're taking to basically get you to primarily a job. So what we try to do is to provide a platform where you can come give us some interesting points about who you are. Or if you don't want to talk to us, you can just browse our platform. There's a browse button to your left. You can browse and see what is, and what you will see basically from browsing. You can go directly to the job if you're looking for jobs, and we are partnered with a lot of job partners. So basically, and you can look into that and find a job if you want. But if you need more tangible help, more hands-on help, you can give us some information and we can say to you, okay, we see you have X number of credits in school, or we see you have taken this many courses. I was watching a PDS program last night, and on it, IBM have this really unique processes where we said this is what we are thinking of when we started this idea, where you don't need to have a degree, but you can take all these courses in the IBM program, and it amounts to a certain number of credits. And I remember there was this one particular person that basically had enough credits to get an associate degree, and there was a next person who had enough credits to get a bachelor degree. We believe that will be the future of learning. I strongly believe that will be the future of learning, where you're going to be able to take different courses across different platforms and put them into one credentials. And I strongly believe, and we are actually basically backing that blockchain will be that credential portal time. I think a lot of universities are going to agree on a portal or a credential system that people can take courses in different places and then put those courses in place. And any institution can take it. So if you decide to go to Google will look at you and see, okay, this person has taken all these courses that meet the requirement. We're going to take 6 of these courses and we're going to count this an associate degree, and you can get a job basically with us. That's what we primarily believe. That's our model. So we want to give you different courses. So the way our platform looks like at this point in time, it builds on two premises. The first premise is we are basically partnering with different providers to give you a cross section of courses. So David, if you scroll down little bit, you'll see the different courses that we are partnering with, places like edX, Skillshare. We're partnering with these because we want to give you different experiences, different courses that you can take. You can learn. There are certificate-based courses that can give you a certificate. There are skill-based courses that you can actually do. So we're partnering with those providers. The second thing we're doing is building our own courses, our own content. So we will build, these are going to be short courses. So if you want to take a course for say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you can learn enough information from that. And that will, again, consistently attribute to some degree program over time. You can take an hour courses, and that hour course you're breaking up into 10-minute modules. So you don't need to sit down for an hour and take a course, or 2 hours to take a course. You can sign up for a course for an hour, but you can take it in 10-minute modules. So you can sit for 10 minutes, take a course, go and do whatever you want, come back the next day, take the next 10 minutes, and so on and so on. Once you've completed that, if you're still not certain what you want to do, based on the information that you gave us, we will give you some recommendation of what to do with these courses. So if you have already have the courses, basically we will direct you for a job. So if you click on the job portal, David, at the top in the menu bar, my jobs, you will see we have a job dashboard. That dashboard primarily allows you to go there and look for jobs. You can apply for these jobs. We're building out this platform right now, integrating more partners in it. Every day we are onboarding more partners. So David, if you click on apply, you'll see it takes you to a description on the description side section. So if you click on apply, it takes you to the description section and it gives you a rich description of what the job looks like, what's entailed on the job, and if you want to apply for this job. So we want to create this integrated platform that will support your career journey from the education piece to the job piece. And that is what we're thinking. Right now, our platform is pretty manual. So we're doing a lot of things on the platform that's manual to support learners, to support job seekers, to build your career. But over time, we strongly believe that artificial intelligence, AI, will become the domain engine for driving these things. So we would love to partner with places like IBM, Google, to bring some of these rich content to a wider demographics.
Okay. No, that's let me hold on for a second. I want to share something else here. So when I clicked apply, then it took me to this job. It took me to a different. It opened a different window, so I had to share it this way. But yeah, then now here's the job description right there, and you could see everything there, just like if you were going to apply for a job elsewhere. So no, so not only can I gain those new skills, right? I can then find out what that job might entail, what I might need. Maybe there's another course that I should take.
Exactly.
I'm very familiar with edX. Very familiar. I might have taken some courses in my time with them, and again, and the courses that you have on the website. I mean, again, these are courses where you're gonna have to put in some effort because these are legit courses. You're going to have to put in the work and you're going to get rewarded by that new knowledge. Um, so walk me through, so what do I do? Is it, do I get all of this for free? What if I'm wanting to do some of this stuff here, certificate programs or whatever, what are some costs involved for the job seeker?
That's a good question. So what we try to do, because there's such a wide crossover of people asking us for these things, we have courses from free courses on our platform. This is a great way for people who can just come into our platform, engage in our platform and learn, all the way to subscription courses that are $200 to get us basically to get a certificate. Once you complete it, to get a certificate, you can say, I get a certificate. And like you just said, one of our partners are edX. So you can go and you can get courses. edX is part of the consortium of Harvard University, MIT. Basically, quite frankly, they were just bought recently by a major education player. Just to point it out to you, that is a major education player, but the consortium behind edX basically built this platform to give people the access to reach a wide cross section of people. So it's very important that you think about these courses. We have designed these courses to be basically to make sure that the platform that we're onboarding, there are rigorous courses that you can take if you want, if you're looking for that. But we also have very practical skill set that people might be looking for on the platform as well. Like you said, there's might be some soft skills that you probably want right now. You sound to our platform and say, I just want to take this for free. Great. Take the platform, come back the next time, get more information from us. But the more detailed thing is trying to help people move. There's a lot of numbers, David, that basically, as I said, I was watching this PBS thing last night, and how many people are unemployed, the number of people who are unemployed, the number of minorities from immigrants who are unemployed, and how do we solve that? Basically, and how we think about it. I think we have to take a strategic input in giving people access to information. I think we have to find a way to make it seamless for people to onboard knowledge and use this knowledge in a way that is constructive to benefit. There's a big number, and I don't have all the numbers at the top of my head that show the loss in revenue to the country from people who are not working. So even from the economy standpoint, it's very important that we get these people working. It's important that if they don't have the skill sets, we provide them the skill set. One person basically who got the job from IBM, he was actually working around the IBM coffee counter, and he looked at one of the men. He looked at one of this person that was working upstairs and asked the person, "How do I get upstairs?" So the person said, "And do your job." So the person said to him, "Do you have time? We can talk." The person started talking to him, became his mentor, and said to him, "You need to learn the language of coding, based and understand the logics of coding." So the person gave him some stuff to do, some tools. That's where our tools come in. People can come to our platform anytime and use our tool to learn it. So you had to take some courses before you could take the test to get into the IBM program. So we are creating that portal that you can come to our platform, take courses around. We have courses from DataCamp, Skillshare, our own courses around Python, different Python courses, basically basic. One of our most famous courses on our platform, I would love to share that with you, is Harvard University Introduction to Computer Science courses, which is probably widely watched across a great platform. These are really unique things that you need to learn to build this hard skill, so you can go right in and just say, okay, let me apply to this IBM program and see it work. So our goal is to really partner with places like IBM so that this can be a bigger process for anyone who wants to get access to it. Because again, if you don't have the capacity or the ability to watch PBS, most people wouldn't know about that. Basically, so we want to broaden this out. We want to broaden this out. One of the reasons why we actually put the Y Combinator courses, if you look at the first set of courses, Y Combinator, because I was talking to my class recently in entrepreneurship, and I mentioned Y Combinator, and it was so uh, surprising to me that nobody in my class knew what was Y Combinator. Those are the first featured courses, and to me, if you're an entrepreneur and you're not aware of what Y Combinator is, you're in for a really serious time because Y Combinator to me is like the Harvard University of building startups, and that is essential thing that they bring to the platform in terms of people understanding how to build startup. So for anyone who are trying to really learn and don't have the inputs of how to learn, it's a great place. So I basically went up my way to put all these courses on our platform. They're free for any entrepreneur that people want to become an entrepreneur, just to go and look at these courses. Because to me, these are probably the preeminent guys in the space building really, really, really good things around entrepreneurship, teaching you entrepreneurs teach how to build entrepreneur from start to scale. And for most people not to have access to these courses, even though they're there on the Y Combinator platform, but most people. So what we thought about when we were doing this is, can we become the Netflix for this career learning? That's what we think about it. When you think of, if you go back several years with Netflix, and we were modeling this off the Netflix basis. Netflix started out aggregating courses, movies on their platform. That's basically what they did. They were an aggregator, massive, really good aggregator. And over time, they said, oh, we have done this extremely well. Can we create a subscription model? Then they create a subscription model using the same courses they were aggregating, and now they're building their content. We have decided to model our business basically off of that. We started out with aggregating. Now we are basically building our own content, and then we're going to partner with these people to basically build our own subscription on our platform. That's how we basically want. And then partner with places like IBM, Tesla, Google to provide all these unique jobs. Basically, all these unique jobs. So there are a lot of startups out there that are looking for people to work with them. We want to create those things so people can come to our platform, go to these startups, find jobs. We want to work with the city to find jobs, collaborate with the city to help people find jobs. So we want to become this one stop for every single thing around this career place. That's our goal.
All right. And was this the course you were talking about?
Yes, those are the courses, right? So that's one of the Y Combinator courses, right? They're just fascinating. I think I've watched the entire series because they're really good, and I've actually done a summer session with Y Combinator, basically myself, just to see the experience, and I have to say it's fantastic.
Okay. And what was that other course
So is
at
it on
Harvard?
the popular course? That's
Yeah.
CS50 on the popular course. Go down again. You
Okay.
just went go down just a bit. Popular courses. The next one, right?
Oh, okay.
CS50. See that you just passed.
Right there.
No, up one bit
Whoops.
up. It's right. So it says CS50, right? That course. So that
CS50.
computer science course, CS50. It's probably the most popular course at Harvard University around computer science.
Now,
Basically.
so I have a question, Glenn. You said Harvard, right? So if I take this course, I take this course and I pass it. Now it says 12 weeks. Maybe it takes me longer. Maybe it takes me, shorter period of time, right? All right. So I took a course at Harvard. I mean, what's the harm in telling, whether it's on my LinkedIn profile or, on my resume? Am I allowed to say that I took a course at Harvard?
Well, I think that's a very good question. I have to look at that. I think it's primarily saying that you took a course from Harvard online because it's basically, Harvard University create Harvard extension as well to provide
Yeah,
it. So I don't want to go and say they can't say they took a course from Harvard University. They took a
sure.
course that was built by a professor, the same faculty who teach the class in person, built this class. So we are basically offering the class. So
Right.
right. So logistically, you're taking a class that is being taught by someone who basically teach the same class at Harvard University, and it's just a popular class that everyone takes. So you're taking that class primarily,
Sure.
but I'm not sure if you can say you took a class from Harvard University. I don't want to go that far, but I'm
All
almost
right.
certain that when I look at the course, and I've gone through the course myself just a bit because I basically am pretty familiar with the professor and just was curious as to why this course was so popular.
Sure.
it lends to see that he's very passionate about teaching this class, this basic classes on our platform. And again, we're getting most of these courses through edX, right? So basically, so edX, like I said, is a consortium of people, and one of the schools that they participate with Harvard University. So that's our goal, is to give you this rich experience across multiple platforms that you can actually say. And you never know, listen, things can happen. You can be somewhere, you can be some kid from, say, some small town in Pakistan or South Africa, and you take this course and you apply it to Harvard University, or Harvard University Extension, because their extension, and said, "Hey, I took this course on your platform, and I really like it. I did extremely well. Is it possible to use this as? Will you accept this as a credit?" Basically, right? So that is what we are trying to accomplish, right? If somebody takes courses on our platform and then apply to Harvard University and said, "Listen, I take all these 5 courses from your platform. I did pretty well. Here's what I scored. I would like you to accept these as credit." I would actually think that Harvard is going to get to a place where they're going to say, "Yes, we'll accept these as credits." So I think that's what we're trying to create, this consortium of education institution and job institution that can collaborate on a portal, and I think it's blockchain, where you can put up all of your information and the courses you're taking, and both sides are accepting it, and basically saying, yes, this person satisfied 60 credits or 120 credits and meet the requirement for a bachelor degree, or an associate degree, or even a master's degree at some level. And there are a lot of companies, i.e., IBM, Tesla, Apple, who are saying we don't really need people to have a degree. They just need to show us that they have the skills. We want to
Right.
do that. We want to give people the ability to have these skills, that they can do. And one of my pet peeves, quite frankly, is how people are learning to code, right? There are a lot of people out there learning to code, but they're just learning to code. They don't understand the logics. They're writing code and syntax, but they don't understand the logic. I really want us to provide the ability to give people the opportunity to think logically about what is it that you're coding, what is it that you're building, the why. So that's our platform, to give you more, not put you in a boot camp and you sit there and you punch out codes. We want you to be able to sit down, and over time, we really want to build our platform to bring on mentors on the platform to support student growth, advisors, career expert. That's our goal, to build up this platform where you're there, and it basically can supplement, or even remove certain environment of a school. I strongly believe that the future lies that way. There are a lot of, sadly, we probably shouldn't say this too loud, but I think there are a lot of institutions of higher learning that are doubling down on in-person teaching, and I think it's a wrong business model. I think if you think about where we are today, and if you think about the car industry years ago, people were telling them that the future lies in electric cars. The future lies, they were doubling down on a failed business model. So a lot of these places are, a lot of these car companies are actually suffering right now because of that. I think I lend to say that to educational institution, you're doubling down on a failed business model, basically. And I think they have to start thinking about how they create an environment where a student can learn anywhere they want to learn from. And I think they have to start thinking about that. Sad to say, a lot of institutions are doubling down on a failed business model.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously with COVID, right? We learned that we can work at home. Well, we can go to school at home too. I'm sure there's certain things that maybe we got to do in person, but,
Of course,
but I
of
totally
course,
agree. I
and
mean,
I think we know that.
back,
Just the same
yep,
way we can't all drive electric cars. I think the ability to make it richer, to make the experience richer for students, I think there's so much investment that can go in to make the online experience richer for students. I was just looking at a platform recently where this young lady was demoing a platform to me that shows us this virtual place to work, where you go into this virtual room and you can see her in the room, you can enter her office, you can talk to her. That's the type of experience we're trying to get with, even in education. Make this a little bit more. What we're doing right now in places like Zoom and some of these platforms are not necessarily the most optimal way to provide online education. We used it because we were not prepared COVID-19. But I think now we have to start thinking about how do we build better experience for learners. So when students enter a classroom, it's much richer, the experience is much realer, all these things. So we have to start now investing in technology. Let technology. I think education is probably the last place that innovation is lacking, very surprisingly. And I think as educators all around the world, we have to start thinking about how do we change this? How do we basically make this a little bit more acceptable? And that's the reason why we're leaving so many people out of the learning platform, because some people just cannot afford to go to school, whether they have to work, whether they have to. And if you look at it, there are a lot of institutions that their registration went up drastically during COVID-19 because why they were offering online learning, and people could actually say, oh, I can actually finally take a course. I can actually go to school finally because I don't need to work and do all different things. So I think we have to sit down and think about that, right? Like really, really, really think about how do we start innovating basically. And like I said, one of the things with Orbit Extension is part of that model that we're seeing, and they started before that. I would love to see they continue building that. I would love to be a partner in that with them. And I think other institutions of higher learning have to start really thinking deeply, and some investment, some serious investment have to go into it, both from the government side and the corporate side, to help support some of the institutions that don't really have the deep pocket that can support that.
Yeah, another use that I'm thinking of is let's say I have a 16 or 17-year-old son or daughter at home, and they're trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. They think they have some targets. Well, guess what? Maybe they're overachievers, right? There, maybe they were even taking some college courses now, but not sure if they need to want to get into this or get into this. This is the perfect option. This is the perfect option because now, I mean, they're going to gain that skill, right? They are, and they're going to determine, okay, wait a minute, this isn't for me, or this is for me. So again, this doesn't always have to be for the person in college. It's somebody entering college, right? Now would be a great time for that senior or junior in high school to maybe they're still not sure they're going to go to school, they're going to go to college, but still not sure, right? And hey, we got people that graduate with degrees, or people in their 50s not sure what they want to do when they grow up someday, right? So these courses allow you to gain insights into what you want to do, or what it could save you years or headaches or dollars, or all the above, by taking legit courses to understand again what you want to do or what you don't want to do is equally as important. So no, and I really love how you've integrated, right? I mean, this is not just a place to get an education, as I can I can learn a new skill, and then I can go apply for a job. And you touched on something else. I think I heard you mention something about where other people like myself or whatever, can come here and maybe they can share their knowledge with students. Is that correct?
That is correct. So basically, we are building our own content, and part of that, based on user research, what we found was that people are looking for content from professionals.
Okay.
Basically, so we want to have a piece of our platform where we design that for courses. It's not up yet. So for anyone who wants to see it, it's coming soon. So please join our community and sign up. We put you on the wait list. Basically, and we're going to have people like David build courses on our platform, to give users that are looking for practical skills. Okay, I would love to learn how to build a podcast. That's a thing. So generating
Oh,
a
sure.
lot of money, people, it's a thing, right? So they could make a course, a course, 30-minute course on how to do a podcast broken down into 10-minute segments, and somebody can sit there and learn from an industry expert like yourself. So that's one of the unique feature that we want to bring. And we started playing around with that, basically with Mind Valley. So you're looking at Mind Valley. Mind Valley is really, it's like the master class of the rest of the world. Basically, so master class has occupied this thesis in the United States, basically around this high level way of thinking. There are a lot of people who are trying to become leaders and trying to understand this leadership quality, moving out of their junior level into leadership. So Mind Valley is our partner in this effort. So we're trying to do that right now, but we're going to make our own content that will give the ability to basically learn something. Because we're building with our job portal, we're going to have employers there. Employers are going to be looking at potential candidates for certain skill sets. So we want to make sure that they have all the skill sets. If they don't have it, they're on our platform. They take certain courses, get that skill set, because we're matching both on the platform, and they're going to look for those skills. So we're going to push people those skills to particular employers. And so our recommendation engine is going to say, hey, we see that you're taking these 5 classes. Here are 4 employers that we think greatly will look at it. So you'll have this massive community that you can engage with, you can talk with, and all these things are happening.
I love it. Hey, we have just a comment. Gene says this is the way. Gene totally agrees with what you're saying, and yeah, I mean, again, higher ed is going to have to change up a few different things again because, um, again, we got to make things more affordable, right? And you know, again, this is it. And yes, there are plenty of companies that don't care. Like, yeah, and I know this about Tesla. Tesla doesn't care about the knowledge or where you got the knowledge. You know what Tesla cares about? Can you do the job? Now, sure, there's some things just like you're not going to go to a doctor that doesn't have a degree, right? But there are plenty of jobs at Tesla where, again, they just care about your knowledge, and that's what they hire for. So again, they don't care about how many degrees you have on your wall. They care more about what you're able to do for them. And again, more companies are going to think that way. So again, you know, web services like, and I want to say services because this isn't just taking a course, right, Glenn? This is actually becoming more of a community where I go to take a course, find out what employers are looking for this particular role. So I take this course and I take this course, and then maybe I learn, some different ways about writing resumes or and just whatever. So again, yeah, super valuable. And Gene just says perfect. So Glenn, you're providing Gene with
Gene,
a
thank you so
ton of
much. I really appreciate it. Basically, I'm happy to see that the community really gets what's going on. I think like I said, we have done a lot of user research, and a lot of people, a lot of people from all over the world are getting it. I think um, whether we like it or not, the world has changed drastically. And that started basically probably in around 2002. We have these crazy dot-com companies came in, and they changed the way we think. Social media changed the way we consume information, media. People want it cheaper, faster, better on their mobile phone. Um, Basically, so people want to consume that on the go. I think people want the same thing in every facet of their life, and education has to be one of it, right? People want to upskill on the go. People have kids; they don't want to leave their home. They want to reskill. They want to upskill. They want to get promotions. We have to find a way that we can provide this to them, basically. And I have to say, one of my biggest, um, and I probably shouldn't say this too loud because this company is so powerful, but I actually think Google could be the largest education company in the world if they intended to. The way the company is structured with their YouTube, which is really, really, really fascinating. But again, you have to think about it. But the way they think about delivering content, I think education of higher learning has to think that way. how to deliver content in a way that people embrace. People embrace being on Google because of the way they basically. So they have courses on their platform, and people would rather go there and take courses than go to even probably Yale or Harvard University, which is really crazy, right? That tells us a lot. And I think places of higher learning have to start thinking about that. So we're trying to basically say, okay, we want to deliver the same thing and partner with these people that want to make education cheaper, more easier to access all around the world. That's our goal.
Yeah, no, so 1 million people have already enrolled in this course.
Yeah, it's an extremely probably the most popular course basically that I know of that created basically it's unprecedented the number of people that are taking this course throughout the entire basically so the professor is doing a fantastic job basically building this course. So we wanted to provide this course for people on our platform and say, hey, listen, look at what's going on. People taking this course at Harvard University. We would love to give it to everyone else. So we were happy and excited to go through edX and provide this course for people and have a partner like edX that we can actually promote these courses through. So I think it's fascinating to basically do that. And I get the sense when I watch the course what makes a difference. The professor is basically teaching you not just how to code, but to think about what coding is doing. And I think that's what people want. The logics, the logics about coding. We need to start talking about the logics about coding. Too many people code, and then when they finish coding, you say, what is it that they did? I'm not sure. Basically, because they forget that there's a business on the other end. They somehow forget that. So you have to think about the logics of what you're doing, how you're doing, and it's very important that we do that. So I was, like I said, pretty impressed with basically, and probably when we're out of COVID, I'd love to probably drive up to Boston and just sit in the class and see how this professor is delivering this course. But it's fascinating, basically, just to see that.
Sure. So I have I have a question. So uh, say I'm a VP, CEO, or whatever, and um, say I know my departments maybe struggle to communicate with other departments because of, again, I I run marketing, or I run, but I don't understand, when I have some conversations or some department meetings or whatever, some cross-functional team meetings or whatever, and I just don't understand, their space, right? Well, why can't me, as the CEO or VP, why couldn't I purchase this course to give to 10 of my department heads, right? So they can have a better understanding of this particular, knowledge. So when they talk to their teams, I mean, right? Because again, when we have a better understanding of a technology or a service or whatever, um, or tools, wouldn't I be able to converse with that department because I have a better understanding at least?
That's a very good question slash comment. I think it's very important. Basically, when we finish creating our job portal, our enterprise section, we want people who are from different departments to come to our platform and do one of two things, like you just said: buy the course for the entire team, and they can watch it either together around something, or buy the course for the team can watch it. But the important thing is they can watch it on their own timeline. I think that's the important thing, right? So they don't have to disrupt. When I was in corporate America, the way we learned was we stopped working for 2 weeks to go and learn something. And I said, why do we do that, right? Why can I not just watch this thing at 1 a.m. in the morning when I'm home, or whatever time when I'm free, and just watch it and complete over a period of time, right? So why disrupt work? We can work and learn simultaneously.
Oh
So
yeah.
so that's what we want to provide. So we would love to have partner with employers and said, okay, yes, sure, log into you can have access through the employer portal and take courses. And it would be great to see employers come to the platform, and we probably give them a code for they get a discount. If we can have a major, we go to the gym and we get discount to go to the gym, right? If you
Yeah.
work for a company, we would love to do that. So a big company come to us and say, yeah, sure, we'll create a code for your all your employees that will get a discount. And then when they take it, they will take it back to you and say they took this course so they can get a job, they can get discount from a job. And we used to do this in school. Like if you remember, we were in school and we basically we're at work and we go to school. We have to find time, get in our car, drive to class, take the class, 3 hours in class, and then when we finish, we come back and we give it to the employer and say, hey, we finished this, and therefore you give us some credit or potentially you know that we took it, can get a job. We're saying why? Why do you have to travel for 3 hours to do this? You can just do it from comfort, or you go home, you do whatever you need to do. Now you're relaxed and you just said, okay, let me do this now. I'm going to take this course. I'm going to take an hour or 10 minutes or 15 minutes of this course. And then you keep doing that until it's completed, basically, and the same premise can work. So we just need a paradigm shift as to how we think about the interaction between learning and jobs. That's all is required. Basically, I think most of us were forced to do that because of the pandemic, but I think we have to be more proactive. We shouldn't be reactive. We shouldn't wait until the next crisis to do this. We have to start doing it now, where we start thinking, say, okay, why do we need to do that? Why do I need to send why do I need to send the workers, my employees out for a week, 2 weeks to basically take, why do I need to do that? No, we can actually offer in-house basically learning through a portal like Work School.
Yeah, with work school, I mean, if I'm a company, why create the content? Why create the training when the amazing training is there, right? Harvard, or whoever's creating it. I don't have to worry about you know the the level of knowledge these my teams are going to get, but why create it, and I'm going to level up everybody's knowledge about, regardless if they're going to touch it. At least this is, I think back to all the trainings I did with the previous companies that I did work for, and every so often you have to do this training and this training and this training. Well, but why not, when I have a better understanding of Python, JavaScript, or whatever we're talking about. But if I have a better understanding, even if I don't use it, I'm still bettering myself and the company and the teams when I have those interactions. So, yeah, I just think I just think that's a great resource, is
It's
having.
a better experience, and I think when my partners and I started thinking about this, and we look back and think back around the Netflix concept. A lot of people went to Netflix, move away from Blockbuster, basically saw the demise of it and other places. And it was easier for you to say, I'm going to go to Netflix and look for all the courses, even though NBC might have it on NBC, or we just to figure it's easier. This is much easier. I'll just go to Netflix and I'll just watch it there. And I just select. So because you can make a decision, I can say, I want to watch this today, I want to watch this tomorrow, or whatever you want to watch this weekend. I'm going to do this. So you're giving this convenience to the user. That's what we want to do. We want to give the user the convenience to say, we know you can go to, Columbia University or CCNY, City College, or any institution to get this. But what we're giving you is the convenience of doing it from anywhere, anytime, anyhow you want to do it. That's what we're giving you. And we don't want to supplement these places. We want to partner with these places. We
Oh,
believe
sure.
it's an add-on. Again, like we've said, we don't believe education will be, 100% online, but we strongly believe that it will occupy about 60 to 7% of the mind of people over time.
Okay. No, totally agree. All right. Gene has one last thing. Says, Glenn, I love your drive, your motivation, and vision. So you got a fan. You
Thank
got a
you. Thank you
fan.
so much. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you a lot. Thank
Gene,
you.
Gene.
And love to answer any questions if you have. Just connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to keep talking about this to people who want to learn more. And join us at Work School. Join the community. We're aggressively building out our community, adding more users to the community. Try to find ways to enrich the community. So any feedback, any comments you guys have, please feel to share it.
Well, Glenn, I've always been, my clients have always asked me, well, hey, Dave, where do I get this skill or gain this or this? And I used to tell them, a few different places, but now I have, it's just Work School. So you can be rest assured that I will make sure that, my clients understand. where to go to, gain that new knowledge, brush up on an old skill or whatever, or not sure what they want to do when they grow up, even though they're 40 or 50 or whatever. So some of these courses again are very similar to ones that I've taken in the past. And Glenn, I know you wouldn't say it, but man, if you're taking a course that's sponsored, not sponsored, but taught by a Harvard, uh, professor, darn it, I say, Glenn, I maybe you can't say or whatever, but man, tell people, hey, you took this. Just put Harvard X that you took this course there. If they ask what it was, then you can tell them. But again, it's about the knowledge that you gained. Glenn, did we leave anything out?
No, I want to share one point with you. In building work school, I did not know anything about this thing called GitHub. GitHub is this place that you go and the whole content of what you put is there. And I did not know anything about it. And I said, I need to learn it as the founder, as one of the founders. I need to understand this thing because we are bringing a lot of people. So what did I do? I didn't go back to a school. I didn't do anything. I went on my platform. I looked up and I found a course in GitHub and I just went and I studied it, took the course, learned about GitHub, how it works, all those things. And fantastically, I even took a course in React because we were coding in React so I could understand what they were doing. I wasn't going to become a coder, React coder, but I wanted to understand. So now I'm actually on GitHub with the rest of the coders, looking at the code, talking to them about why they're doing certain things, even though so again, that's how you basically be a better, like you said, a better leader, a better manager. You're not going to do it, but at least now I understand it. So I can, if for some reason my CTO was out for like 2 weeks with COVID, I was on there bringing on people who wanted to collaborate with us. I now understood where they need to go on GitHub. So those are the unique things we're trying to give people who are coming to our platform, right? The ability to learn something really fast. It took me about 2 weeks of just sitting down, a couple hours of learning the thing really quickly. The whole thing just went through it. And then I could automatically start using it. And now I am basically pretty efficient in what this thing is, which I didn't have no idea going in. So that's what we're trying to offer to our community, the ability to upskill and reskill pretty quickly so you can be a efficient founder, efficient entrepreneur, an efficient basically leader of your corporation, manager. That's what we're offering.
Upskill and reskill. Was that what I heard?
That's basically the term. Yes, you want to upskill, you want to reskill. That's
I like
ideally
it.
how.
No, I like it,
Yeah.
Glenn. 52 minutes goes by really,
Very
really,
fast.
really quick. Yes. So, hey, a lot of times people can't see us live. They watch us back on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. So I'm sure you'll have other people reach out. But what is the easiest way for somebody to, if they had a question about work school, other than going to the website? And I'll make sure I put all those links in there. But if they had a question for you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
I say LinkedIn. I think is the easiest way to connect with me. I'm on Twitter. Love Twitter. Love the Twitter. It's easy. So connect with me on Twitter. Basically, again, it's just Glen for P. That's my handle on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. Glen Patterson on LinkedIn. Feel free to reach out to me. My email. You can connect to me anytime. Basically send me an email. It's glenfordp@gmail.com. That's GLENFORDP@gmail.com. But I'm usually on those platforms. Love to network, love to connect with people. So feel free to send me a LinkedIn invite. I'll accept. We can talk. Reach out to me on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter talking to the community. So great. Would love to have you.
Yeah, no, I'll add your Twitter handle to the content on YouTube, Facebook, and here on LinkedIn. Glenn, it
Appreciate
was a
it.
pleasure. Thank you for really sharing me and telling everybody and all our job seekers that we're watching today really what Work School is, more than just a platform to gain that new knowledge. And I really appreciate you being on today, Glenn.
David, thank you so much for having me on. I really, really hope that I provide some valuable information for your community. Happy to do this. Thank you so much. And Have a great time. Have a great week.
Glenn, I will talk to you. I'll talk to you off camera here shortly. Glenn, have a great
Okay.
day. And I'll see you on LinkedIn, Glenn.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Hey, great guest today. I'm going to share more about Work School in the next couple days, but I want to share something else. So don't go away. So I have a new headset, and I just gotta share. I gotta share this. So let me share. So let me hit play, and I will share what I want to share here.
All right, so let's get a drum roll. And the final winner of the giveaway today of the Yealink W866 dual headset is
David Alto.
Oh,
Congrats,
David.
David.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
So, so I wanted to share that with you. So, whoops. So, what was it? About 2 Fridays ago, I went on to their YouTube Live. They do each and every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, and I won this. I won this new headset. This headset is beyond awesome. I'm going to put a link to their website. This isn't a paid ad or anything like that. It's just, this is a game changer. This is lightweight. It connects wirelessly to my smartphone, to my computer, has a range like you would not believe. I could walk to the mailbox, and the mailbox is like 100+ yards away from my house, and I could still be talking to somebody. The range is amazing. The audio is amazing. These guys are just funny. They're three brothers, headset advisors, YouTube. I'll put a link in there. But anyway, it's just fun. They give away like 10 to 15 free headsets every Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They give them away. You just show up. Sure, there's maybe some things you share, or you comment here, you sign up, but they really give them away. And I know people have won multiple times, so it's not like just one and done. But if you have a business and you have people that you need to supply these types of headsets to, I definitely would recommend them. Again, they're not paying me to say this whatsoever. Again, and most of you, if you know me from LinkedIn, when I know somebody provides value, or in this particular case, like Glen did today with Work School, or like headset advisors, I go out of my way to promote them just because it's the right thing to do. So anyway, I'll put that in the notes, and that is it. Thank you, everybody. Next week's guest, love it. And then a couple weeks later, I'm going to do some impromptus, different times, maybe not even talk about when I'm going live, and just going live, and you'll find out more later. Some very special guests over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So that's it, everybody. Hey, as always, I hope all of you make the rest of this week your best week ever. Bye for now.